In front of me I have the Pixel 10 Pro XL, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device, its specifications, and also build quality. So let's just get straight into this. Starting off obviously with the unboxing. I have two paper pull tabs right here. I like the design right here. It makes this actually peel in one smooth go. Easy to peel off. Just works. Unlike Samsung's pull tabs. Anyway, moving on. You can open it up. And in here we get paperwork at the top. Wow, that's a booklet. Ooh. Our SIM ejector, the phone, and a cable. And I just minimized my OBS. Bear with me, I'm gonna fix that up. There we go. So move out of the way. There we go. Perfect. So I fixed it. There we go. So let's pop it open. Okay. And here we have the device. Alright, the stupidest design here. I absolutely despise this. Power button being above the volume buttons. That's a moronic design. Almost every phone that I know of either has the volume buttons on the other side, or if it doesn't, these buttons are flipped, which Pixel decided to be the only one unique, interesting company that puts their volume buttons at a thumb's reach over the power button, which is used more frequently, like a lot more frequently, which means that you always need to shift your hand upwards to a place where at least I don't hold my phone. So I would hold it like this, which subsequently means that my fingers are literally over the volume buttons, which I don't want them there. Anyway, so just a little gripe here. Now, in terms of the display, let's quickly go to the setup. So we can actually see the bezels as they're using dark mode to just hide this away. Yep, skip that. Cool. Yes, gather all the data. Sounds like you're not gonna do that anyway. Skip and dark mode. If I can do it from here. Boom. So now we can see the bezels. Now these are not the smallest bezels I have seen on a premium device. And that being said, this device has already some shortcomings, to be completely honest. So the display right here is a 6.8 inches. Wow, you almost got it perfectly there, but anyway, 6.8 inches, 1344 by 2992 pixels, so it is pretty short display. LTPO OLED display. LTPO means that the refresh rate of this display goes below the 60 to preserve battery life, and it can go up to 120 frames when you're doing things like this. So it gives you that nice buttery smooth motion. It also supports HDR10 Plus and a peak brightness of 3300 nits. Boasts an 88% screen to body ratio for 186 pixels per inch, covered with a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 Match Level 4. Wow, that was a mouthful for the display. Now, for people that don't know what I just blurted, don't worry, your furniture won't stop floating. In terms, the display right here is good. As a screen itself, fantastic. As the screen to body ratio, a little bit less, as this device is a little bit on the pricier side, even though it doesn't have best processor in here, I would say. So we have a couple percentages of too much bezels around, to the point that, for instance, things like the Samsung obviously just dumpster this. Even the I think, let me quickly bring up this. Now this will be a little bit more expensive as it's an iPhone, so get to pay that fantastic Apple tax. But here is iPhone. Yep, iPhone definitely has smaller bezels, like significantly smaller. So this is the Air. Obviously, there is the also just the normal 17, which will be a little bit smaller than this device, and obviously this one as well. But it also retains the same kind of screen-to-body ratio with very minimal bezels. And even these are, I believe, bigger than what Samsung has on their lineup. So Samsung, obviously, in terms of screen-to-body ratio, has the most like modern-looking display front of the phone. So that will look the most kind of futuristic, if we can call it that way. Here we have just kind of, honestly, for what this is, this device, I would say average bezels. They're not like great. So anyway, let's move on to the next part, which will be the camera. This is probably one of the things that people are most interested in, and unfortunately I won't be doing any kind of camera tests, but I will just be talking about the cameras themselves. So we have 50 megapixel 1.7 aperture 25 millimeter wide lens. Then we got a dual 48 megapixel 2.8 aperture 113 millimeter periscope telephoto, and 1.7 aperture 123 ultra wide. And with those cameras you can record videos up to 8K at 30 frames per second via cloud-based upscaling. So what you mean to say is you don't actually record at 8K. Great. You should have started with that. And we can do 4K up to 60 frames. That's pretty good. 1080p gets you 240 frames per second with obviously the slow motion, HDR, 10-bit colors, and all that jazz. Now at the front we have our selfie and this whole punch camera right here that you can just see. And that is a 48 megapixel 2.2 aperture 17 millimeter ultra wide that does 4K 60 and 1080p 60. So camera wise, obviously pretty decent stack right here. It's a Pixel, so obviously it like that's primary purpose of these devices, I would say. That and being made by Google if you're into that jazz. But all in all, cameras will be usually what people buy Pixels for, as they do have that Pixel look which a lot of people strive for. That's also why, for instance, Gcam is so popular on other devices. Now, with that being out of the way, we can now move over to the internals. So this device has a 5200 mAh battery. Now this is a massive device, so the battery here is underwhelming to say the least. We have 45 watts of wired charging and 25 watts of wireless charging. And 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage going up to 1 terabyte with no expandable storage whatsoever. So here we just have SIM tray and nothing else. And the storage that we get right here is UFS 4.0, so it means that it's going to be blazing fast. Obviously that's a good thing. Lastly, the processor powering this device will be the Google Tensor G5, and that's kind of where I would say that's kind of a crappy thing, because Google Tensor G5 is slower than nearly a year old Snapdragon 8 Elite. This is a brand new device that has been just released, and it's underperforming over a year-old processor. Obviously, also things like the iPhone will completely stomp it in terms of graphical and CPU performance. So again, this phone, the processor here is better at as a just processor itself. It's better at just CPU tasks. So processing data, it's better at that one, but graphical performance, it's weaker. And both of those, CPU and GPU, are still a step down from what Apple and even Android offers. So you're paying a premium price tag for a device that out of the box underperforms the devices that were released basically a year ago. Not a great look, I would say, for what they're charging. So that's kind of my approach to this. I personally like to see some value for my money, and Google being like, ooh, we just optimized our cameras and our system, that's gonna be $600 extra. Like, go screw yourself. That's my kind of approach here towards shit like this. And furthermore, I can't really omit this right now, just because this will be very crucial to some people. It's running Android. 2026, Android decided that they're going to lock down the Android operating system, meaning that installing applications will require signature. So developer will need to be verified and have their app signed, which coincidentally makes profit for Google, because they're going to be charging money for that as far as I'm aware. And that's their way of combating malware. Well, shit, I don't know. Have you heard about antivirus maybe? Or any other stupid shit that you can come up with instead of just locking down your system to be a shittier version of iOS? And while on top of that, making a profit on that, because it doesn't really seem like you're trying to help me. It just seems like you're trying to fuck me. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be a very important aspect for some people. Installing third-party APKs will basically become impossible. So any kind of app that previously you could have just gone online, downloaded, for instance, for the most part, one of the things that will be prevalent for this, and like hindering the progress of a specific genre of application, which would be emulators. So Nintendo is very kind of lawyer friendly with their lawyers to basically sue everyone who does anything that is including Nintendo. Therefore, most emulators, if they're on Play Store, they're not there long, and most developers just opt into uploading them onto some websites, and you can download it from there and install it. Yeah, that no longer is going to be viable. So obviously I would say it's a hindrance to just this system itself. And that's supposed to come in 2026, so next year, which is right around the corner. Though there is no like certainty when exactly it's going to be, but it was mentioned somewhere in 2026. Not a very fun thing. So your Android will basically become an iOS with a inferior platform, one could argue. Now, because of that, I personally have a big problem with this, and even supporting Android or buying their devices, just because I do not agree with this kind of decision. If I wanted to have a lockdown platform, I would have gone with iOS. I didn't. I like the freedom of installing applications. Obviously, Google doesn't. It cuts into their profits, because I can just download applications that get rid of, for instance, ads. I can easily do that. I can download a cracked version of YouTube, and I can use that without YouTube being ever able to display ads. I can do the same thing with like YouTube Music. I can not have the subscription and use it. I can have basically Netflix, Hulu, and everything combined in a single application. Again, no subscription required. It's just all applications that I need to download from the web that now will need to be signed, which means someone will need to be liable for creating them. And obviously those people won't really want to do that. So you won't be able to install most third-party applications that aren't found in Play Store. Not a very good thing. So yeah, that's one of the biggest problems that I have. Now, one more thing that I wanted to mention is, because again, this device is overpriced, and the only kind of rational thing here that people will expect that it's worth the money is the hardware, which, if you don't know, like I mentioned, it's not that great, and software, which again, you can have software on any device. It's Android, so Android is literally locking down their platform to have monopoly over it and then charge you premium, which that's again not something that I don't want to support. It's literally shooting yourself in the foot, and supporting this will mean that next year you're gonna have even more expensive device, even crappier, as there will be less options. So not something that I'm looking forward. I hate this kind of monopolistic behavior from companies like Google. They're already gathering data on you even without your permission, so for you to pay extra money just to be spied on by the corporation and then fleeced out of your money with a bait of we have a good software is just no. And another thing is the battery in here. Again, so processor is already crappy and the battery is as well. We have things like Xiaomi 17 now. Well, actually, we don't yet. It's, I believe, only in China right now. But just to put that out there, Xiaomi 17 has pretty good hardware. In a phone the size of this, which is the Samsung S25, just to give you a comparison how much they differ, they managed to pack about 6,000 mAh battery. This, at 6.8 inches, much heftier, has 5.2K mAh battery, much smaller than what Xiaomi can pack. And the reason for that is because Chinese companies are not trying to completely fleece you out of your money and give you actual value in terms of hardware. So those include silicon carbon batteries, unlike this, which is still using the same battery that phones have had for like a decade now, if not longer. So you get a crappier battery, and you could have had, in this form factor, probably over 7,000. Now for everyone that is going to be going about it and being like, it's still gonna last me an entire day. So what? It could last you 2 days. Wouldn't that be better? You can charge it less often and have it last longer, and you can do more intensive things without worrying that you're gonna run out throughout the day. I need to charge my piece of shit phone every single day and also be kind of a little bit aware of what I'm doing on it, because I can genuinely run out of the battery throughout the day before I manage to like charge it at night. So again, going back to the battery, we could have had much bigger battery in here. That would have been an improvement, and just because the phone can last a day, that doesn't really justify that logic. Cool, it can last a day, it could have lasted more. So that would have been really nice to see. But all in all, out of the negativity that I'm kind of just blasting on it, it's still a decent device. It's just going to be decent for some people in specific tasks. As an example, for me, that phone is just mid. I wouldn't want to pay the price that they're asking for this, just because I don't see value in what they're offering. I prefer to have something that is similar to what they're offering, might not be as polished, let's say, but will work or will cost me less. So I do prefer to pay less for something that is 90% of the way there, rather than paying extra money for something that is already achieving, the peak of whatever it's supposed to do, like a camera, for instance. Which, for instance, when it comes into comparison, like the Samsung right here, this phone, I'm not gonna lie, has dog shit cameras. It's just a fact. They underperform. Even in low light, iPhone 13 can outperform this phone from my personal experience, which is just comical. Here you're gonna get a good camera performance, as it is a Pixel. That's literally the only thing that they can offer you. Without that, people probably wouldn't be buying this device anymore. So we have good camera performance and the Pixel environment. If that's something that you prefer to pay extra for, then obviously this phone is worth it for you. If you don't see a value in this, there are obviously better alternatives that will be faster at lower price tag, offering you more features and better features than what this device does. So I recommend checking those out. So anyway, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to set up your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin! As you can see, my Google Pixel here is now freshly after reset, and you can start by simply pressing the arrow. Now we have the ability to choose our language. We have some different things to choose from, but if you want to see the list of every single language here, you will probably find your language here. But I will go and proceed with English United States. I'm pretty interested to see what exactly is English Poland, so let's go with that. Now we have something very important, and its ability to set up using another device. This is very important because this is basically the only way and the only moment you can do it officially. If I remember correctly, later you will have to install some sort of third-party software in order to actually stop using another device. So, if you're moving from older device to newer, I would strongly advise you to set up using older device. Anyway, I will proceed to skip, and now we want to connect to Wi-Fi. Now I'm pretty interested to see if we have the ability to set our phone offline, but actually we do. It's pretty nice because many phones actually don't allow you to skip and set up your phone offline, which is quite a shame, to be honest. Anyway, we can now go into, for example, this here, and I will input password to my network. And if the password is correct, we should be able to connect to our Wi-Fi. Now, as I said, technically this is skippable, but with skipping Wi-Fi connection, you will also skip basically everything else on this device. For example, you won't be able to begin to log in into Google, which is quite a shame because on Google Pixel, yeah, there are many, and I say many different settings and features that are related to your account, and you will have to actually set it up with the Google account. Now we can choose who are you setting this phone up for. If you will set for my child, you will basically go through the process of setting up the family controls. And I'm not basically a big fan of these family controls, but if you want to, you can set it up. I will just go into for myself because I know that the majority of people will actually use the phone themselves and they will probably not give them to their child. And after a moment, we should be able to sign in into our Google account. Once again, technically this is skippable, though once again I just wouldn't really advise it. You can go into here and let's type in our Gmail credentials. And as a little fun fact, you don't really have to manually type in @gmail.com because only the first half of your Gmail is necessary, of course if it's valid. And if it is valid, then you will be able to input the password to your account. It's a nice little fun fact and it won't save you tons of time, but it's still worth noting. And now we have the ability to input our password. And after you have done that, we can go into next. Of course, if you don't really remember your password, I would advise you to reset it. You can easily do the I don't remember my password and you should be able to go through the process of actually remembering the password. Anyway, we now have our welcome here and we want to agree to the terms of service, Google Play terms of service and privacy policy. So let's go into I agree. And after we agree, we have the ability to connect to mobile network. Now, I'm not going to do that only because I don't really have a SIM card on me right now. So let's go into skip. But of course, if you have SIM card and you're not exactly sure how to insert it into your phone, don't you worry, we have plenty of tutorials just for that. But once again, I'm going to go to skip. And now you can set up our PIN. Technically, this is also skippable, and you can also go into different screen lock options. And I will skip it just because it is skippable. So let's go to skip. And now we have the ability to copy apps and data. Once again, this is very important and very useful for migrating from older device to newer device. If you don't have older device like me, you can just do it later. But once again, I think you will have to go manually into the settings to do it if you want to later. And now we have the ability to enable some Google services. By default, we have the use location, allow scanning, and send usage and diagnostic data enabled. I would advise you to leave these settings on. Maybe you can disable the usage and diagnostic data. Also, technically, disabling the allow scanning should extend your battery life just a little bit, so if you want, you can leave this off or on, it's completely up to you. But anyway, I will just scroll down and go to accept. Now, here we have something very, very important, and that is Google Services, the backup. Backup is incredibly important, and I rarely can stress enough that I hate that so many people have this thing disabled, only because it's just really quality of life. What happens if you, for example, will lose your phone, or your phone will get stolen, or something weird will happen and I know it will freeze to death, or if some fateful day you will just forget your password and you will have to factory reset your phone just to get access to it. That's quite a shame, and to be honest, you will lose everything unless you have backup enabled. So that's why I'm going to go into turn on backup, and now we can continue. We can choose the browser and search engine. It's completely up to you what you're going to choose. I'm going to go into Firefox and I don't know, let's go into Brave. But once again, it doesn't really matter. You can just go and continue with whatever you want. And now we want to view your limited warranty. We want to select the country where you bought this device. And the warranty is also available at the settings about phone limited warranty. So you want to basically select your own country unless you have bought your phone in other country for some reason. I will choose Poland because that's just the reality. And now we have some information. Now, because I have chosen Poland, it's actually Polish, but we don't really want to read all of that. Let's go to close and just let's go into next. Now we can discover Google AI at its best. From everyday tasks to creative projects, Pixel's built-in AI helps you get more things done. We can go to next. And now we have made Gemini our personal assistant. We have to go into next, but we can go into no thanks to hands-free mode. Personally, I find it somewhat annoying, especially when I randomly mention Google in my conversations and then Gemini jump scare basically, which is not the best experience, so I will go into no thanks. But once again, if you want to, you can leave these settings on. Now we have more AI features like get helpful info and actions right when you need them. And this is basically Magic Queue that uses AI to show you useful details and time-saving actions based on the app you're using. And for example, if a friend asks for your flight number in a chat, Magic Queue can find it from your Gmail, saving you the search. I would say that if you're worried about your data being stolen, I guess you can disable this, but basically you don't really have to because your data is already stolen by Google, because the Google owns you, kind of. We also have some ability to how it works, but I don't really want to make this video too long, so you can pause the video and read it yourself. I will turn it on just because it sounds pretty interesting. And once again, we have something quite interesting called Get Peace of Mind, and these are some nice safety features like crisis alerts, pixel supplies, SOS, and personal safety. Let's go into next. And finally, we have some nearby contacts. Once again, I will just go into I agree. And now we have get anything else, so we have few more settings we could choose. For example, you can go into get instant translations or identify music around you or auto adjust settings to environment and blah blah blah. I will quickly go over each and every one of them because I want this video to be like full setup tutorial. So get instant translations, we can translate everything by live translate. I'm not going to bother with setting that off or on, but if you want to, you can do that by watching our tutorial for live translate. So let's go to turn off. We have the ability to identify music around us. This is basically Shazam. If you have ever used it, it's basically this. So I'm going to go into no thanks. We have the auto adjust settings depending on the environment. It's the adaptive sound and adaptive vibration. I will enable those, but once again, you don't really have to, only because they will actually try to listen to your microphone under sensors, which is quite battery heavy, unfortunately. Let's get it done. We have prepare for an emergency. Once again, this is the personal safety application. We can continue on our phone. We can confirm settings for emergency SOS. So let's go to next. We can start and we can choose how to start the emergency NLS. So for example, we can use touch and hold to start actions. We can start actions immediately after countdown, and we can play the alarm sound just so we can be clear. And also we can always add emergency contacts that will get automatically notified when something happens to us, but I will skip that. We have some other things, but these are very basic, especially the changing wallpaper, how text displays. Here, this you can find in display settings. This is the ability to remove bloatware from the device, but actually most of this bloatware is some very specific Google applications. I would advise you to keep Google Wallet turned on, just because I think it's very useful feature. So now we can go into finished for now. Let's go into no thanks. And hopefully after this, we also have gestures, so let's go to try it, because I just like gestures. Oh yeah, sorry, we don't do this. We can learn how to go back by swiping from the either left or the right. And finally we can go into ability to switch applications, like that. And now we can just swipe up to go home. And congratulations! You have now your Google Pixel 10 Pro successfully set up. which I think is very cool. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to give a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you later.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I'll show you how we can go through the setup process of this phone. So, when you boot it up for the very first time, you should be presented with the same screen that you can see on my end, which is a whole load of nothing. So let's click on the arrow, where we get to select our desired language. Now I'll be choosing English and region Polish, as this is probably one of the best things you can choose, literally. Or, well, the region specifically. As a European Union country, Poland gets pretty nice benefits, like, you know, rights. So as an example, when it comes down to any kind of BS happening from Google themselves, for instance, your phone breaks out of, I don't know, whatever reason. In US, you would be basically shit out of luck. The company would be telling you, go screw yourself, you get to fix it yourself, or pay us money to do that for you. In Europe, on the other hand side, phone breaks. Piss off, Google, you're gonna fix it for me for free, or you get to return all my money back, and you have nothing to say. Shut the hell up and do your job. So I consider that to be an absolute win right here. And in general, additional things that I want to point out when it comes down to region, Europe also has additional laws regarding some different things. One of them would have been, for instance, something for like Apple, where they are forced to basically open up their store. And that basically forces Apple to kind of seize the iron grip that they have, the monopolistic behavior on their devices, and allow other people to create applications outside of Apple's control. And obviously Apple is being a piece of shit, and they're trying to basically act like a spoiled little shit, kicking and screaming and basically pretending that we didn't hear you, European Union. So they're getting fined up the wazoo. And sooner or later, they're just gonna do it anyway. And the moment they do it, they're only gonna, maliciously comply and do it in Europe. So if you live in US, you, again, shit out of luck, you only have the App Store or Apple Store. Now this will matter because I'm pretty sure Android will be in the same ballpark soon enough, once they lock down their ecosystem and force you to use their dogshit platform, because they decided to, as they say, fight against malwares and all the other bullshit, which bullshit is what's coming from their mouth, by basically having app signature. And app signature would imply that whatever application you want to in the future install on your Android will require to be signed, and it can only be signed off by the developer, and I shit you not, if they pay Google the money to become a developer. Now, if you're wondering, well, that doesn't really help because anyone can pay for this. You would be damn right. It's not done to protect you as a user from malware. It's done to basically enrich Google. They are fighting against alternative ways of viewing content that doesn't bring them money by basically pretending it's for your safety, and then instead of giving you, I don't know, antivirus like a normal freaking human being would when it comes down to protecting against viruses, they basically put a lock on it and tell you can't install whatever we don't want you to install unless you pay us money, or the developer pays us money. Yeah, I just want to warn you against this. It's absolute BS. So sooner or later, European Union will basically be like, nope, a bad Apple, you can't control the market this much, and open it back up, or again, fines. European Union, again, for the win in the future, possibly. And again, if you're supposedly in European Union, the changes will need to be applied to your device, which inherently means that it will get locked and then it will become unlocked later on, because go screw yourself, Google. So anyway, let's continue on. Actually, right here we have set up using another device. So let me bring up another device. because this will be something that's going to show up on your phone, other phone, like this one. Set up Pixel 10 Pro XL. That would disappear because I kind of like went back. There we go, it shows up back up. So you can do that. This will basically transfer over everything that Google hoovered up to their cloud. Usually a lot of the data that they shouldn't really have, or from people that never consented to it, like contacts. Those are numbers of people that never consented to this in reality. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to skip this and set up as new. Connect to Wi-Fi. Now, this step is completely optional and you don't need to do that right now. But truth is, you probably will do it at one point, as it's just nice to have Wi-Fi on your phone. Next we have, if you have a SIM card, insert it now. So we have a SIM card at the very top right there. You can pop it in. You can also set up a eSIM if you want to, but you do need internet connection to do that. So you would actually need to go back and connect to one. Now, additionally, you don't actually need to connect to any kind of network or insert a SIM card, but if you choose to do that, you'll get this pop-up. Set up offline, and then you get a pop-up. Without connecting, you can't sign into your Google account, restore apps and data, get software updates, and automatic set up date and time. Okay, sounds good enough for me. And here's the date and time, so you can fix it up if it's incorrect. I also should warn you, all these things that we're choosing right now can be changed later on in the settings, and also the date and time you can kind of ignore it, because the moment you connect to network, it will get automatically set to your region's time. Now here we have set a PIN. So screen lock, by default it opts into a 4-digit PIN, but you can change it right here under screen lock options to also choose pattern or password from the options. So it's completely up to you which one you want, and you can also not want any, which is completely fine. But for the purpose, I am going to select a pattern because, oops, let's try that again. There we go. Because when you do, you now have also the option to add a fingerprint to a unlocking method. So you can scan it, and there should also be face recognition. So I'm going to skip the fingerprint. Here's the face recognition as the next one. Oops, skip this. I didn't actually want to add it. Next we have Google services. So here we have several different services like location, scanning, and sending a user and agnostic data. I have some things to say about this. You can turn those off, like location. Scanning automatically becomes disabled. Sending user diagnostic data. Now if you're thinking that by checking those off, Google won't be receiving data, you would be damn wrong. There is reasons why, for instance, criminals decide to take their phones with them while also turning on airplane mode are still being tracked. And it's not because they decided to disable all the trackers by going into airplane mode, which supposedly turns everything off. That's because these toggles mean absolutely shit when it comes down to your privacy. This is just a general guideline for Google to ignore. So just know that if they're telling you that, oh, we're not going to be using Wi-Fi or your Wi-Fi and whatever, yeah, that Wi-Fi and Bluetooth won't be available to you. We're not going to be using GPS tracking to know where you are. Yeah, we're just going to be using other devices around you, and we're going to be pinging off of them to know where you are. Yeah, if that sounds like it absolutely means F all, that's because it does. So let's move on to the next page, because it's not like Google gives you any privacy. And for people that are going to argue against privacy, if I'm not doing anything bad, I don't need to hide. It's a moronic argument. Just shut the hell up. I don't need to hide anything, but I still like my privacy. I might not be doing anything, or I might be. It's none of your freaking business. It's my choice to have privacy, so I should absolutely have it if I want it. So anyway, moving on. Limited warranty. Again, Europe for the win, so that's what you should be checking. Next we have get peace of mind. Well, that's a loaded statement. Pixel Satellite SOS. So it's something that Pixel actually comes with. And we have some crisis alerts and more in the personal safety app. Okay, so you can just check it out. It's generally just a info page. There's nothing here to really do. There is actually one thing. the satellite SOS. That is going to be available to you not in every country as far as I'm aware, so check if your country actually supports it. The device does, but just because the device does, it might not mean that you can use it where you live. Swipe to navigate. You can choose your navigation style. We have the buttons or gestures. By default, it tries to give you gestures and teach you, so I'm going to select skip. I already know how to use them. And no matter what you choose, right here where it says all set, you have the option, or right here in the gray text, to change it to buttons if this is something that you prefer using. I do prefer gestures, so I'm just going to swipe up to go home. And there we go. The device is now fully set up. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to disconnect from your Wi-Fi network on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin! First of all, you want to expand your control center and then press and hold onto the Wi-Fi icon. Now we have our network here that we are connected to. We can simply go into cogwheel. And now we can go into forget. And that's literally it. Now our phone will behave like we never connected to this device in the first place. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to show battery percentage on the status bar in this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and simply find the battery. Let's tap. As you can see at the very bottom of this list, we've got the option battery percentage, so let's simply tap on the switcher next to it, and your device will immediately display the percentage inside the battery icon. And this is the only way to show the battery percentage. I mean, you cannot, for example, show it next to the battery icon. It needs to be inside. Of course, you can turn this option off just by tapping on the switcher again. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to reset up preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to localize the option apps, so let's tap. Then let's tap on see all 40 apps. Of course, 40 apps, in my case, you can have a different number. And after entering this list, sorry, let's tap on the three that's icon in the right upper corner and go to reset up preferences. And here your device is informing you what it will actually reset, so among others, disabled app notifications and any permission restrictions. What's more, no worries, you won't lose any app data, so simply tap on reset apps. And basically, this is it. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change the screen timeout on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the option called Display and Touch. Here we've got the option Screen Timeout, so let's tap on it. And as you can see here, we've got some options from which we can choose. At the top, we've got relatively short options like 15 or 30 seconds, and at the bottom, the longest, which is 30 minutes. Now we've got 10 minutes applied, so let me tap on 30 minutes. And as you can see, it will be immediately marked. And after getting back, you can see that it is notified right here, which means that from now on, after 30 minutes of inactivity, this device will black out. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to clear credentials on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to find the option Security and Privacy. Then let's scroll down and go to the more security and privacy. So scroll all the way down. Next, scroll down again to find the security section and enter encryption and credentials. So here, almost at the very bottom, we've got the option we're looking for, so clear credentials. Let's simply tap on it, and your device will ask you if you really want to do it. So just tap on OK, and as you can see, not only we've got this information, but also this option is inactive, which means that we just successfully removed all saved certificates. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to reset network preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to find the system. Let's tap. Then let's scroll down and go to reset options and find Bluetooth and reset Bluetooth and Wi-Fi or reset mobile network settings. As you can see, we've got two separate options for those network options. So, and basically they work the same. So just tap on the option. Your device will inform you what it will actually reset. So just tap on reset settings. Be aware because you cannot undo this action. So tap on reset settings if you're ready. And as you can see, we've got the confirmation, and the same with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Just tap on it, tap on reset, and it is done. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to check the serial number of this device. So let's begin with the fastest way, with the usage of the secret code. Now we have to open the dialer and enter the code, which is *#06#. And as you can see at the very bottom of this pop-out window, we've got the serial number of this device. So as you can see, that was quite fast. And now the second way, through the settings, because if you will forget about the secret code, you can still check the serial number. Just go to the settings. Right here we have to scroll down to find the option which is called About Phone. Then let's scroll down again and localize the option Model, which is right here. So let's tap on Model, and as you can see, the serial number is on the second position. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to check the IMEI number of this device. Or actually the IMEI number. Basically, you've got two different ways thanks to which you can check this specific number. Let's start with the fastest one. Let's open the dialer, tap on the keypad, and enter a code which is *#06#. And as you can see by this code, we are provided with both IMEI numbers of this device. They are assigned into two different SIM card slots. So let's tap on OK. This is how you can check them. And the second way is through the settings. So let's tap on the settings. Let me go back. Here in the settings, we have to scroll down and find the option About Phone. So let's tap on it. And then we have to scroll down again to find both IMEI numbers for both SIM slots. As you can see, they are listed right here. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to turn off running apps on this device. So first of all, we have to open the recents, and depending on what kind of navigation type you've got set, you can do it differently. So if you've got the 3-button navigation, you have to simply tap on the button with a square icon, and you will be transferred to recents. If you've got the gestures, swipe your finger from the bottom to the center of your device and hold it somewhere here. So simply make this elongated gesture and hold your finger. just like that. And after releasing, here you've got the recents. If you wish, you can remove them, I mean close them actually one by one, just by swiping them up. However, if you've got a lot of apps opened and you don't want to do it manually, all you have to do is to scroll to the left, so you can just quickly swipe, so your device will automatically go to the very left, and then simply tap on clear all. Now we can enter the recents to check, and here we've got no recent items, which means that we just successfully closed all background apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can capture a screenshot on your device. So, to get started, you will first want to open up the content that you wish to capture. For me, I'll be using home screen as an example for this, and it's already open and the content is obviously visible. Once this is the case for you, simply press and hold your power button and the volume down at the same time. You get the sound along with the pop-up with share and edit options, and this pop-up disappears on its own. So once it disappears, you can find your captured screenshot by going into your Photos application and then navigating to Collections. Scroll down, and here with this text you will find Screenshots. And Screenshots, obviously you will find just screenshots and nothing else. And here is the screenshot that I have captured just a second ago. So that's about it. If you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change video resolution on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app, and currently we are in the standard photo mode. So all we have to start with is to take a look at this option bar actually at the very bottom in the middle, because right now we've got let's say the photo mode. All we have to do is to tap on this icon next to it to set the video. If you can see the video here, for sure you're on the video mode. So now simply enter the settings. The settings are right here on the left lower corner, so let's tap on it. And on the third position, we've got the option called resolution. And this is the option basically we're looking for. So we've got three different options, which is 4K, and it is currently applied, it is highlighted. We've got also FHD and 8K. So all you have to do is to simply tap on the option which you'd like to use. It is right now highlighted, which means that from now on our device will use the chosen resolution whilst recording a video. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to soft reset or actually force restart your device. So this operation will be useful if for some reason your device stopped working properly and it does not respond to your touches. So all you have to do is to press the power button and volume up button together and wait until you'll see the black screen. And it basically means that we just successfully turned off our device forcefully. So let me try to do it. Let me press both of those buttons. And obviously we've got this power off option and restart option right here, but let's pretend that we cannot tap on it. So simply keep pressing the power button and volume up button together and wait. You have to be patient because it takes quite a long time. It's for sure or around 10 seconds or actually more. So just be patient. As you can see, we've got the black screen, which is a really good sign, and it basically means that we just successfully forcefully powered off our device. As you can see, I've released the finger, and now our device is automatically powering it off. So this is how to force restart your device, your Google Pixel. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to clear the browser on this device. So let's start with opening the browser. In my case it will be Google Chrome, but no worries because this operation is pretty similar in all other browsers which are commonly used. So I'm pretty sure that you will be able to figure out how to do it on your own browser. So let me open it and let me just go through all of those things. Now all we have to do is to tap on this 3 dots icon in the right upper corner and tap on delete browsing data. So here we've got some basic options like visited websites, opened tabs, cookies cache and other site data. Here we can change the time range, so from last 15 minutes to the last 4 weeks or even all time. Just tap on the option which you'd like to use and then tap on delete data. However, if you wish to remove some advanced browsing history, tap on more options and here we've got them. So tabs, saved passwords, autofill from data and site settings. If you want to remove something, make sure that it is marked. So as you can see, I will remove everything. Here we've got the time range again, so just choose the proper option and tap on delete data. We just got back to the home page. Here we've got the information that everything has been deleted successfully. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello and welcome back to HardReset.Info. In this video, I will show you how to change screen timeout on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let's begin. So, as you can see, we first want to begin by simply entering our settings. Then you want to scroll down a little and go into Display and Touch. Now, in here, after Lock Display, we have our lock screen and we have Screen Timeout. As you can see, currently it is set to 30 seconds, which means that after 30 seconds of inactivity, our screen should automatically lock itself. This is a very good amount because thanks to it, will save a ton of battery. And note that, generally speaking, the higher the value, the higher battery usage. And also, if you don't like having higher battery usage, but you also don't like having low screen timeout, note you can, for example, set it low, and finally you can enable these two settings, which will automatically keep your screen timeout quite high when you're actually using your phone, and will try to lower it down when you're not. This way you have the best of two worlds, which I think is very, very cool. And that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL and let me share with you how to change the ringtone on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings. And here we have to, let me go back quickly. Right here we have to go and find sound and vibration. Then let's localize this option phone ringtone and tap on it. And as you can see here we've got some albums from which we can choose the ringtone from. Those are pre-installed. As you can see we've got plenty of options to choose something from it. Let me pick something maybe from Natural Elements. So just enter the specific album, and here you've got more options. They are also pre-installed. So in order to listen how the particular ringtone sounds, you have to simply tap on it. So I'll pick this one. Not sure if I like it, but this is how it works. So just tap on the ringtone and then check whether you like it or not. So let's pretend I want this night song to be set as my ringtone. So all we have to do is to simply tap on it and then tap on Save in the right upper corner. And as you can see, it is immediately notified right here, which means that from now on, our device will use the chosen ringtone to notify us about the incoming call. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on a suggestion strip at the top of your keyboard. Suggestion strip at the top of your keyboard will allow you to use cool features like clipboard or voice typing. Enabling it's a bit difficult, so I tested it before recording to show you exactly how you can do it step by step. Firstly, you need to open Settings and scroll to click System section available here. Then click on Keyboard, on-screen keyboard, and finally Gboard. Now it's time to click on Text Correction and use this switcher next to Show Suggestion strip to activate it. So when I go back to check it out, I can see that mine was successfully enabled. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In this video I will show you how to change DPI settings on Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. First, open Settings, then find Display and Brightness or Display and Touch settings. Go right here, and here you'll be able to find Display and Size text menu. That's where you have to go. Now here you can see the preview of your home screen, messages, and email. Now if you want to change your DPI settings, first you can change your font size by moving the slider to the right to increase the font size, or to the left to decrease it. And in the very same way you can change the display size of your device by moving the slider below. You can make the text bolder by switching this toggle, no, not this one, to the right. Or you can make the text outlined by switching this toggle to the right. To apply changes, you just have to exit this menu, and that's it. So that's basically how you change the DPI settings on your Google Pixel 10 Pro XL. I hope that this video helped you, and if it did, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to allow unknown sources on this device. So this option will be useful if you will decide that you want to download the app from other source than the Google Play Store. So for example, from your browser. And to do that, we have to first of all grant specific permissions. So let's go to the settings first of all. Then in the settings, we have to find the apps, scroll down and localize the option Special App Access. Here we have to find the option which is called Install Unknown Apps. And as you can see here, we've got the list of apps which are allowed or not allowed to install some content, specifically the apps. So let me change it. Let's pretend I wish to download the app from Chrome, so from the browser. Let's find it in the list and tap on it, and then tap on the switcher next to it. After getting back, you can see that the Chrome is now allowed to install some content, but be aware, because you're doing it on your own responsibility. Some third-party apps aren't verified by the developer, so you may put your data and actually whole device at risk. So remember about that and choose the apps wisely. Of course, you can always remove previously granted permissions. Just tap on the app and tap on the switcher next to allow from the source, and now you can see that the Chrome is not allowed to install anything. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I would like to show you where you can locate all text correction options. Your Google Pixel has a lot of helpful text correction options like autocorrection, spell check, and more. So today I want to show you how to find and manage all of them. No special apps or any tricks needed, just your device's settings. So let's begin by launching Settings and scrolling down to click on System. Over here. Now tap on Keyboard, on-screen keyboard, finally, Reboot. To access text correction, click on it here, and then to manage all of those options, use switches next to the chosen ones. Quick tip, if you want to manage text correction options much faster in the future, you need to enable this feature, Show Suggestion Strip. When it's on, you can close your settings and launch your keyboard instead. Most people miss that you can actually click on this gear at the top of your keyboard and tap on text correction right away. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to activate automatic system updates on this device. So in this video I'll show you a little bit more advanced option than usually seen in the settings. So first of all, we have to open the settings, of course, and here let's scroll until you'll find the option About Phone. Let's stop. Then let's scroll down to find the build number and keep tapping on it until you'll see the information that you're in the developer mode. If you've got the screen lock, you will have to enter it to confirm the whole step. So just do it and then go back to the general list of the settings and go to the system, which is right above the About Phone. So go to System and here scroll down to find Developer Options. And here all we have to do is to scroll down just a little bit to find the option Automatic System Updates. If you've got this option turned off, simply tap on the switcher to turn it on, and from now on, since this option is active, your device is allowed to apply the updates whenever it will be restarted, and of course whenever the update is available. So there is a chance that you won't even see the update coming because your device will not notify about that. It will simply apply the update. Of course, you can turn this option off just by tapping on the switcher again. Let me quickly go to software updates here. I just wanted to check whether here we've got another option connected to the update, but as you can see, not really. We've got only the option to check for the system updates. We cannot customize it here. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to check for the software updates on this device. So before we'll start, make sure that you've got the internet connection, because obviously it is required to check for the software updates. And simply for checking, you can use Wi-Fi or mobile data. But to be honest, if you'll decide to download the update, I highly recommend to use Wi-Fi because you can avoid some additional charges because of your carrier agreement. So after making sure that you've got the internet, go to the settings. Let's go back. So here in the settings, we have to scroll down to find the system. Let's stop. And as you can see here, we've got the option called Software Updates. So let's tap on it. Then let's tap on System Update. And basically here you will be able to meet two different scenarios. Here I've got actually the third one where the system update is almost complete. I simply have to restart my device. But usually you will find either the information that everything looks all right and you do not have any kind of update pending, so that your device is up to date and there's nothing to download. And the second scenario is where your device will actually find the update. It will show you the information about it, what has been fixed, what has been added, and then you will be able to tap on download or install somewhere here and then apply the update. Of course, there is a third scenario which is shown right here. When my update is almost complete, all I have to do is to simply restart the device. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to block a number on this device. So first of all, I'll show you how to block a number using your contact list and then how to use the settings. So let's begin by opening your contact list, for example, with the usage of the dialer. Then find the contact which you'd like to block and tap on it. And now all we have to do is to scroll all the way down to find this option block numbers. Let's simply tap on it. Your device will ask you if you really want to do it, because you will no longer receive any incoming calls or text messages from this number. So just tap on block if you're ready. And as you can see, here we've got this characteristic icon, we've got also this information, which means that we just successfully blocked the number. Of course, you can unblock it the same way. Right here we've got the option unblock numbers, but let me leave it like this. We will check whether it will appear on the blacklist. So the second way of blocking the number actually requires entering the blacklist. So at the same time we can check whether it worked. So it doesn't matter whether you will be on the contacts, recents or favorites. Just tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner and go to the settings. Here in this general list you have to tap on blocked numbers. And this is our blacklist. That's the number we blocked from our contacts. So as you can see, the previous option also works. We can simply tap on add a number here, and we can enter it manually, so we do not have to have the number saved on our contacts. Just enter it and tap on block, and it will be immediately applied to the block list. Moreover, at the top we've got the option unknown. We can turn it on and off just by tapping on the switcher, and basically thanks to it we can block the calls from all unidentified callers. If you wish to unblock the number, simply tap on this X button right next to it and tap on unblock. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change the system language on this device. So let's go, first of all, let's go to the settings. And here we have to scroll down to find the option which is called the system. Then let's tap on language and region. And here we have to go to system languages. So as you can see, this is the list of all, let's say, currently added languages. So this is the shortcut of the most used of the languages which we are frequently using. So let's start with adding new one. Just tap on add a language, and here we've been transferred to the full list of available languages from which we can choose. So all you have to do is to find the language and then tap on it to apply it. So let me pick maybe Greek. Just tap on it. We can choose the region just by tapping on it, and as you can see, our new language has been immediately applied to the list. However, the English in my case is still a main one. So all we have to do to set our new language as a default one is to tap on it and hold it, and now we have to drag it to the first position. Release the finger and your device will ask you whether you wish to change the language. So just tap on change. And as you can see, now our new language is at the top, and from now on the whole system will be displayed in the chosen language. Let me show it to you again. Tap on it and hold it, and then drag it to the first position. Tap on change, and again we've got English. If you wish, you can also remove the languages from this list. Just tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner and tap on remove. Now mark the languages which you wish to delete from this shortcut list. Obviously they will still be available in this long list of languages, and then tap on the trash bin icon, tap on remove, and we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into the bootloader. So, to get started, we will need to turn off our device by holding power button and volume up at the same time, and from here select power off. When the device turns off, hold power button and volume down at the same time, and this will boot us straight into the bootloader. There we go. Now it is labeled as Fastboot mode, which you can see right here, but this is actually bootloader. From recovery mode, you can actually select Reboot to bootloader, and it will bring you back here. while if you select Fastboot mode, it will actually take you to a different looking mode. Now, in this mode, you need to use a volume buttons to navigate up or down, which you can kind of see on the screen as an indication. And here you'll have every option visible one by one by scrolling through them, like I said, using volume buttons, and you confirm it using the power button. So going over the options, we have Start, takes us back to Android. Restart Bootloader just brings us back here, which I will showcase later on. A Recovery mode, Rescue mode, Barcode, Power Off, and we're back to Start. Now if I select, like I said, the Restart Bootloader, this brings us straight back here, so it's not really Fastboot mode. Anyway, I'm going to stick with the Start now, confirm it, and like I mentioned, this will now reboot the device and bring me back to Android. And there we go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to enable the developer options on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here in this general list we have to scroll down in order to find the section called About Phone. Now we have to localize a special number which is called build number. So let's scroll all the way down to find it, and now keep tapping on it until you'll see the information that you're in the developer mode. If you've got the screen lock, you will have to enter it to confirm the whole step and then go back. So now we have to find the system option, which is right above the About Phone. So let's tap on it, scroll down and find developer options. So let's enter. And here we've got plenty of advanced settings which we can customize. So for example, you can override the force dark, you can transition animations, you can change the transition animation scale, show surface updates, show key presses, visual feedback for taps. Here we've got some options which are connected with a Bluetooth or overall with the networking, because we've got also USB or Wi-Fi here. So all you have to do is to simply tap on the option which you'd like to use. I'll pick pointer location. So let's simply tap on the switcher on it, and as you can see, it will be immediately activated and applied. And of course, you can turn it off the same way. If you've got the options without the switcher, simply tap on them to open more options to choose from. If you're done with customization of developer options, you can turn them off just by tapping on the switcher which is pinned to the top of the screen. So just tap on it, and your device needs to be restarted. So just tap on restart, your device will be automatically powered off and then powered on again. And after that, the developer options will disappear from the system settings. I don't want to do that. But of course, if you wish to customize developer options again, simply go back to the build number step and keep tapping on it to activate this option. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can insert SIM card into your device. So, before we get started, you will need to grab a SIM ejector similar to this one, which will come provided with the device in the box. But if you can't find it, you could also use a paperclip, strain on one of the ends, and it should work just as well. Now once you have either one of those, you can then pop out the tray, which is located at the top of the device. You can see it right here. So grab your tool, find the insert area, and push the pin in. You can see when you do so, the tray pops out enough for you to pull it out. Now on the tray you can only fit one single SIM card. So place it like so, make sure that the card is laying flush on the tray, and then insert it back into your phone. No, it's definitely not laying flat. Let's fix that up, there we go. So once you insert it, this card should start working right away. Now this device actually supports two SIM cards. Well, maybe not cards, but SIM. So you can actually add a second one as an eSIM, or you can use your main card, or again, not card, but main SIM as a eSIM. And to do that, you would just have to go into the settings and from here to, I believe it's network, yep, and SIM, and here you can select add SIM. Now you'll be adding actually eSIM right here, so you can have one of each or just one, and you can have either eSIM or a physical SIM card. It's completely up to you. I don't think you can have two different eSIMs. And one more thing, for the eSIM, if you're planning to set that up, you do need to have internet connection. So with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to add or remove a Google account in this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and right here we have to scroll down in order to find the option passwords, passkeys and accounts. Then let's tap on add account and choose Google. Make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required. You can use Wi-Fi or mobile data. And here in this step you can either create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone. So let me do it. And then tap on next. So right here we have to enter the password, and let me do this out of the screen. Alright, we've got it, so let's tap on next. So here we have to decide who will be using this device, so just mark the option and tap on next. Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, you can tap on them to learn more, and tap on I agree after reading. So here we've got the shortcut of backup and storage info, so just tap on accept or don't backup, it's completely up to you. And as you can see, we just successfully added our Google account to this device. Of course, it will also be shown in this Google section. I'm not sure where it is, but in the Google section. If you wish to remove the account, simply go back to passwords, passkeys and accounts, and then tap on the account which you wish to remove and tap on remove account. Tap on remove account again, and it will immediately disappear. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to enable the Google backup on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and find backup or copy data. Then let's tap on backup data and tap on turn on. Here we have to tap on next and tap on add account. Make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required. And here in this step you can either create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone. So let me do it and tap on next. So right here we have to enter the password, and let me do this out of the screen. Alright, and tap on next. So here we have to decide who will be using this device, so just mark the option and then tap on next. Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, you can tap on them to learn more and tap on I agree after reading. So here we can decide what kind of data we would like to back up, so photos and videos or other device data or both. It's completely up to you. I'll pick only this one and then tap on confirm. Tap on manage backup, and here as you can see we've got the information that the data is automatically backed up to the Google account, and of course in the backup details you can always turn on the photos and videos if you previously decided that you don't want to use it. Moreover, you can tap on the specific section, and here you can check some further details. So you can check how much space you've got left, you can manage the sort, so for example clean up the space, and here you can decide whether you'd like to use mobile or unmetered Wi-Fi data, but to be honest I highly recommend to keep this option turned off so you can avoid some charges. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change the keyboard language on this device. So let's begin with opening the app which will provide you with the keyboard. So for example, messages, notes, browser, settings, whatever, just have the keyboard on the screen. And now all we have to do is to enter the settings in this upper panel. If for some reason you cannot find the settings here, no worries, just tap on this 4 dots icon in the left, on the left side, and here you will find the settings. So let's tap on the settings, as I said, and go to the languages at the top. So this is the list of all currently added languages. We've got only English. So let's simply tap on Add Keyboard, and here we've been transferred to the full list of available keyboards from which we can choose. So basically you can either scroll and find your language, or tap on Search Language and enter the name of it. It depends whether you can really do it or not. So after finding the language, simply tap on it. And here in this section you can choose the keyboard layout. Basically the amount of keyboard layouts depends on the specific language. Sometimes you will have only one, and sometimes even up to 5 or 7 different layouts. So just mark the option which you wish to use. I'll pick this one and then tap on Done. As you can see, the language has been immediately applied, and before I'll show you how to remove the previous language, I'd like to show you how to use the keyboard with 2 or more languages added. So let me go back to the keyboard, and here we've got this globe icon highlighted. It is a new icon, and thanks to it we can actually change the language. So now we've got the English layout, and after tapping on the globe icon we can switch to the Urdu one, and obviously we can type both in one text box. Alright, moreover, the spacebar, it's not empty anymore. Right now we've got the name of the language we're currently using. So if you wish to remove the language from this list from the keyboard, simply enter the settings again, go to languages, and here we have to tap on this edit icon, so pencil icon, which is in the right upper corner. Then let's mark the language which you wish to delete and tap on the trash bin icon. And as you can see, we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can put this device into Fastboot mode. So, to get started, we will need to turn off our device, and we can do so by holding power button and volume up at the same time. From here, select power off. And when the device turns off, you want to hold power button and volume down at the same time. Now, what we will about to see could technically be considered as Fastboot mode, which you can see right here. We have it labeled as such, but just to show you one more thing, if we select where was it? We start Bootloader or Fastboot mode, supposedly 2 different modes. We are taken back here. So there is actually another Fastboot mode. If this one isn't working for you, using volume buttons, you want to have a recovery mode visible right here. Confirm it using your power button. Give it a second. Now when you see this page right here, you will want to hold the power button, and while holding power button, you're going to press volume up once. And this moves us to the recovery mode. And here, just like before, we're going to be using volume buttons to navigate. So with that in mind, scroll down and select Enter Fastboot. Confirm it with the power button. And this, like I mentioned, takes us to a different Fastboot mode. And here, we can navigate through it just like we did before, using volume buttons and power button. And in here we have Reboot System now as the first option, which will bring us back to Android. We have Enter Recovery Mode, which is the previous page that we have seen. Then we have the Bootloader, First page we have seen after turning off the device. And now we're back to power off and reboot system now. So that's what I'm going to select. And there we go. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I'll show you how you can boot this device into recovery mode. So to get started, we first want to turn off our device, so we're gonna hold power button and volume up at the same time, and from here select power off. Now when the device turns off, hold power button and volume down at the same time. This will take us to bootloader / fastboot mode. It's labeled as fastboot mode, but if you select reboot bootloader, it takes you here anyway. So as long as we're in this mode, we will need to use volume buttons to navigate, and you want to have a recovery mode visible right here. When it is, press power button. Next you will see this Android logo with no command, so to get past this you're going to hold power button, and while holding it press volume up once, and this redirects us to the actual recovery mode. Now in here, just like before, we will be using volume buttons to navigate up and down depending on which one you press, and power button will be used to confirm whatever is selected. Going over the options, we have reboot system now, which takes us back to Android. We have a reboot to bootloader, which will bring us back to the first page we have seen after turning off the phone, like I mentioned at the beginning. Then we have enter fastboot mode. This is a dedicated fastboot mode. Like I mentioned, the bootloader that was labeled as fastboot mode wasn't really one. Here is a dedicated one that looks a bit different. Next, we have apply updates from ADB or SD card. We have a wipe data, factory reset, mount system, view logs, run tests, and power off. We're just going to jump to the first option again, and I'm going to confirm it, which, like I mentioned before, this will now just bring me back to Android. And there we go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change date and time on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down to find the option which is called the system. Then we have to localize date and time. And as you can see, here we've got some options which are currently inactive. It is because we are using the automatic date, time, and the time zone, which are provided by the network. So, first of all, we have to turn off all of those switchers which are turned on here to be able to manually change date, time, and the time zone. So let's begin with the date. Just tap on it, and here we've got this calendar from which we can choose the date from. Just find the day, tap on it, it will be marked, and you can change the year just by tapping on it. It's completely up to you. And tap on OK to confirm. As you can see, your device will immediately apply it. The same situation with the time. After tapping on it, you will be transferred to this clock option and you can pick the specific hour. So for example, here 4 a.m. it's 4:45. Tap on OK. The time zone, just tap on the time zone, choose region, and here we can choose from the available list of regions. So just find yours and then tap on it. It will be immediately applied, and of course beware because the time will be affected by the time zone. Here the time format, so basically we can use either the 24-hour format, which is currently applied, or 12-hour format. As you can see, it's at 3 o'clock instead of 15 o'clock. And unfortunately we cannot change the date format, so we can only display it and we've got the day, then the month and a year. We cannot really reorder that. All we can do is to change the time format. Alright, so this is the manual customization of date and time, and of course you can go back to all previous settings just by tapping on those switchers here, so your device will use the automatic date time and the time zone. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to enable the night light or eye comfort mode. So let's begin with opening the settings. We will start with the customization of this mode, and after that I'll show you much faster access to it. So here in the settings we have to scroll and find the option Display and Touch. Then let's scroll down and localize the option which is called the night light. And we can turn it on without the customization just by tapping on the switcher right here. And now you can see that the screen turns a little bit yellowish or amber. It is in order to filter the blue light. What's more, it will be much easier for you to look at the screen at the dim light. So if you're a night owl, then I highly recommend to use this mode. So to customize it, we have to simply tap on the night light. And here we've got this intensity switcher. By going to the left we can make it cooler, and by going to the right, warmer. So of course it's up to you which intensity is the best for you, the most comfortable for you. You can also schedule that feature, just tap on it. The none option, which is currently set, is more or less manual, so you have to manually turn it on and off, I mean the mode. Here you can also turn it on at custom time. So after tapping on it, you can simply choose the start and the end time, and your device will apply the mode accordingly, which is also a nice option. And you can turn it on from sunset to sunrise, and here your device will automatically decide when the sunsets and sunrises are. It is location based, so it's up to you which option you prefer. And this is the whole customization of the night light. And if you wish to have much faster access to it, simply unroll the top bar. Let's unroll it fully to open this section with those control toggles, let's say. And now all we have to do is to find the night light. So let me go to the right. As you can see, the night light is right here in my case. However, if you cannot find it, just tap on this edit icon here, and here you've got many more options which are not shown in this basic section. So after finding the night light, simply tap on it and hold it, and then drag it to this first section to simply apply it. Alright, so to turn on the feature, simply tap on it and it will be immediately applied, and tap on it again to turn it off. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can enable your power saving mode. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Do that once more, and this will extend the list of visible toggles, revealing one of them should be power saving mode. Now let's see how long it takes me to locate it, because I don't see it on the first page. No, it is on the second page. So unfortunately, Google decided to remove clarity, meaning remove the labels from these toggles. So what you're looking for is this battery icon with a plus inside of it. I know, very easy to confuse some of them, or be very confused by what some of them do. So anyway, once you see it, you can simply tap on it and it automatically turns on. First time around, it actually might give you a quick notification what will be the changes, or you can also hold it and this will take you to the settings where you actually get those information. So you can see standard battery saver, limits visual effects and background activity, turns on dark theme, and or if not already on. So here is the standard one, which will be enabled by default when you tap on that toggle. But by holding it, you also have access right here, as you can see, to extreme battery saver. And this one, see what we have under settings here, because I am kind of curious. Okay, so we can choose applications. So let's enable this so I can show you how this looks like, because this explanation is kind of vague. So let's see, we have includes all changes listed above. So for the standard mode, also pauses non-essential apps and their notifications. Now this doesn't sound like much, to be completely honest. Yeah, we don't get any notifications for most of the applications. We don't get widgets. All these apps right here are non-essential. They just become grayed out and unavailable to us. Now, we still have a wallpaper, so that's a little bit of a plus, as most devices actually remove the wallpaper from this. So here's our extreme battery saving. Now, whichever one you enable right here, that will be the one you will be toggling on and off in here. So whenever you're done, you can also obviously tap on this toggle to turn it off, and you're good to go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to add the photo to contact in this device. So let's begin with opening your contact list, for example with the usage of the dialer. Find the contact which you'd like to edit or customize and then tap on it. And then we have to tap on this edit icon in the right upper corner, so just tap on this pencil icon. Here we have to tap on add picture or just simply tap on the circle, and here we've got different sections from which you can choose the photo from. In the device photos we've got our own gallery, so of course we can set our own photo which was previously taken. We can also immediately open the camera app and take a photo of someone who's right in front of us. In Google Photos we've got our backup photos. In the monogram we can basically use the first letter of the name or the surname, or we can simply enter this section and enter whatever we would like to, and change the background color. We can also change the font, so as you can see you can make it thicker, thinner, and basically change the font style. Instead of using monogram you can also use the emoji, so just tap on this option, tap inside the circle, and you can select the emoji which you wish to use. So as you can see you can pick anything from those options. Moreover, here you've got this option monochrome, which means that you will use more like icon style option. As you can see it's completely different. And here we've got illustrations which are usually free of charge and they are available online. As you can see something went wrong, I'm not sure what happened. Yes, finally, we've got them. Yeah, so we've got the illustrations, and if you do not have a photo of someone whose contact you'd like to customize, you can pick something from those options. They're really cool. So let me show it to you. For example, this one, prayer dog. They're quite nice. So here we've got the presets, so we can change the color of the animals, of the background, etc. It doesn't matter whether you will use the illustration or your own photo. You can crop it, you can zoom it in or out just by using 2 fingers. You can also change the position of the photo. You can also change the size of this highlighted circle, and it is important because this highlighted circle is responsible for what you will see after saving the whole contact. So make sure that you will position it just like you want to, and then tap on choose to confirm. Then tap on save in the right upper corner, and as you can see this is how our contacts will look like. Of course you will be able to see this photo on the contact list and, for example, during all incoming calls from that specific number. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can boot this device into safe mode. So to get started, you want to hold your power button and volume up at the same time. This brings up your boot options, and here you want to hold power off. When you do, as you can see, it gives you this pop-up, reboot to safe mode, with a quick message. Do you want to reboot into safe mode? This will disable all third-party applications that you have installed. They'll be restored when you reboot again. I'm going to click on OK. This will initiate the restart. And just to explain this message, so any app that you have installed yourself after the setup will be in safe mode, temporarily disabled. And this is done for troubleshooting purposes. So if some kind of app is causing you massive amounts of problems, the point that you, for instance, can't really use it, can't delete the app, you'd boot your phone into safe mode. And that application can no longer do anything apart from just be on your home screen, but it can't run any processes or anything like that. So from there, you can obviously manage whatever problem you had with it. And once you're done managing, you would reboot your device again, and you'll be back to normal mode with your problem obviously solved and your device functioning normally. And here it is. You can see we have safe mode, though it is cut out by the curvature of the display. Apparently, Google on their own system can figure it out to shift that wording a little bit off, so the S isn't gone. We can't expect too much from, what is it, $1,100 device and a company that produces their own OS. Now, in here you can see widgets don't work, and I probably have a very shitty icon pack for this, as these icons will kind of look gray, desaturated, monochrome, but I can see that this, for instance, application will not run in this mode. Again, not the best wallpaper either for this, because these icons are actually a little bit transparent. So if you have a wallpaper, you can actually see the wallpaper through them a little bit. But the easiest way to figure out which app won't work is by tapping on it, and you get this pop-up. Download it up, disabled in safe mode. So once you're done troubleshooting your phone, doing whatever you needed this mode for, you can then press the power button and volume up again, click on restart. This will reboot the device. When it boots back up, it automatically enters normal mode. And there we go. And you can see the app is now available. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to set the camera timer on this device. So we will begin with actually setting the timer. I'll show you where you can find proper option, and then I'll also show you an additional option which appears in this device. So let's open the camera up first of all, and the first thing which we have to do is to make sure that we are on the photo mode. If it is highlighted here, it means that for sure we've got the photo mode applied. And now we can tap on this settings icon in the left lower corner. So let's tap on it. In this general section, on the third position, we've got the timer, and as you can see in this device, we've got 4 different options. So off, 3, 5, and 10 seconds delay. So all you have to do is to tap on the option which you'd like to use. I'll pick 10 seconds delay, and as you can see right now, it is immediately highlighted. Moreover, it is shown on the camera itself. As you can see at the top, we've got this bar with the option, and here we've got the timer. Let me quickly check whether we can quickly turn it off here just by tapping on it. We can't. However, instead of entering the settings, etc., we can just tap on the timer and then quickly change the countdown. So we've got timer set, so simply tap on the shutter button, and from now on your device will count down from 10, 5 or 3, depending on which option you've chosen, and after that time it will simply take a photo. So this is basically how it works. Of course, you can quickly turn off the timer just by entering this icon and tapping on the crossed out icon, and from now on your device will take photos right after touching the shutter button. Here we've got an additional countdown, but it is associated with the night mode, which was applied, and it is automatic. So here you've got the information here. You can turn it off, and the timer associated with this option will be completely powered off. So you will not have this additional timer. And the other thing which I wanted to show you is connected with the flashlight and rear camera, because if you will set the timer, you can actually also show it by using the flash. So let's go to the settings here. Let's tap on it. Then tap on this 3 dots icon in the right corner. And here we have to go and find advanced. Now let's scroll down, I believe. And here we've got the option which is called timer light. So as you can see, it is actually in the middle. And here we've got the information that it flashes the back camera light during the timer countdown, which is also a nice indicator, especially if you're taking a group picture, for example, and you're just going somewhere and you're not sure whether the timer is on or not, and how many seconds it was counted, etc. So you can simply turn on the timer light just by using the switcher. Make sure that it is active, and your device will basically flash the camera to show you whether the countdown is set. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change the 3 buttons navigation into the gestures and the other way around. And obviously I've got gestures applied right now, so let me first of all show you where is the section where you can change the navigation type, and after that I'll explain both of them. So let's start with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and localize the option system. And then let's go to navigation mode. And as you can see here, we've got 2 different options. So let's pretend we've got 3 button navigation. Just tap on this option. And here, obviously, we've got the back button, the home page, and recent. Unfortunately, in this device, we cannot customize the buttons, so we cannot reorder them, for example. But basically, if you wish to set the gestures, all you have to do right now is to tap on this gesture navigation option. And instead of the 3 buttons, you've got this line, which is responsible for some gestures, which I will show you in a second. Here we've got also the settings icon, so let's tap on it, and we can customize the gestures. You can also try a demo. You can basically try the gestures. You can go through the tutorial and learn how to use them. We've got the digital assistant, so you can swipe to invoke the assistant. And here you've got the back sensitivity section. And to be honest, I highly recommend to get back to this option after a while of using the gestures, so you will be able to decide whether you need the sensitivity to be higher or lower. Basically, it depends whether you're using case on your device, whether you're only working or just scrolling through websites, or you're playing games, etc. So it really depends, and it is the best idea to come back here after a while of using it. Alright, so now a quick tutorial of how to use the gestures. If you wish to come back to the previous page, just like by using the back button, you have to swipe your finger from the side to the center, and if you can see this arrow, you can release the finger. And the same situation from the right side. If you wish to change between the apps, so for example, right now we've got the settings, but previously I had opened the camera, I believe. All we have to do is to swipe our finger right here, so a little bit up and then to the right. Let me show it to you. Something like that. And as you can see here, we've got our previous option, which is the advanced options in the camera. So this is how it works. And here the dialer. And here the wallpaper. So as you can see, this is how swiping between apps works. If you wish to get back directly to the home page, you can swipe your finger, or you have to actually swipe your finger from the bottom to the center of your device, and make sure that this motion is quick and short. So do something like that. And if you wish to open the recents, repeat the gesture. So from the bottom to the center, but hold your finger somewhere here. So elongate the gesture and stop it here. Just like that. And here, after releasing, you've got the recents. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, to get started, you will want to open up your settings application, so let's find that. And here we're gonna navigate to the bottom to, there we go, System, so not the very bottom. And in System, you should find at the bottom here, Reset Options. When you click on it, it gives you several options. Now we're interested in the last one, Erase All Data, Factory Reset. And here, it gives you a quick message or info on what will be removed. Now, the most important things will be things like music, photos, and all user data, not other user data. So if you keep anything on your phone, maybe downloaded documents or any kind of app data that you would like to maintain, you might want to try to back it up. Otherwise, all this data will be deleted and this cannot be undone. Some things can be stored on the cloud. Some things you can just back up yourself. As an example, any kind of photos, videos, music, you can, for the most part, just back up manually to your computer, which is what I would always recommend doing instead of relying on cloud backups from companies that, let's just say, don't usually have your best interest. And obviously they benefit from hoovering up your data, and they're also, at least in Europe, they are obligated to get rid of this data once they, utilize it for whatever AI training bullshit that they want. They will need to get rid of it after 2 years of not being used. So if you upload it, make a backup just to have a safe keep, and 2 years you haven't done anything with it, and that backup is basically gone. Something that doesn't happen if you back it up yourself to your own computer. And additionally, your data then isn't being used to train bullshit AI that is going to then replace you. So I see that as an absolute win. Do it yourself. The backup might be harder and more annoying, but it's going to be better. Anyway, I'm going to select Erase All Data as I have nothing that I want to back up here. If you have a screen lock, you do need to confirm it. And once you do so, you can then select Erase All Data a second time, and this will now begin factory resetting your device. Now this process will take about a minute. It's a very quick process on the Pixel, and once it's finished, we will be presented with the Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And like I mentioned, just a super quick process. It's already finished. So from here, you can set up your device however you want. And by doing it through settings, you shouldn't have any kind of verification needed as you do when doing it through recovery mode. So there we go. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, let's swipe down from the top of our screen twice. This will extend the list of visible toggles. Now, one of those toggles should be the hotspot toggle. Now, unfortunately, we don't get the names for them because, God forbid, you have clarity of what the hell are you looking for. So what you're looking for is gonna look like this. So anyway, once you see this looking icon, hold it first time around. And this will take us to the settings so we can set up our hotspot. Now, even if you don't want to set up anything and you want to use it by default, you will need to navigate in here to check what the randomly generated password is set to. And while you're already here, I just recommend getting rid of this one and setting up your own password, which might be a little bit easier for you to remember. Now, it does have a limitation. It needs to have at least 8 characters in length. So hence why I just chose a very simple one, but 8 in length. Click on OK, and that's really the only thing that you need to change in here. Now, if you want, you can obviously change other things which might improve how the hotspot functions for you, how well and how fast it is. But if you don't know what these options here do, I don't recommend changing anything else, as the way it's set by default is what could be considered a compatibility mode, giving you the best kind of functionality with the widest array of devices. So anyway, I'm going to close this up. Let's find this toggle once more, and this time around, instead of holding it, I'm going to simply tap on it to turn on our hotspot. And from this point, when it's enabled, you can connect to this hotspot with other devices, giving you internet on those other devices. Keep in mind that this will be using this phone's mobile network, meaning that if you have a limited data plan, that data plan might get drained pretty quickly. So be very wary of that. Additionally, once you're done using your hotspot, you can tap on this toggle to turn it off. Hotspot does consume more of your phone's battery, so if you're not using it, there's really no reason for it to be running in the background and just wasting your battery. And additionally, I believe there is option, turn off hotspot automatically, that is turned on by default, that will disable your hotspot after a certain amount of time when it detects it's not being used. Now, this not being used actually refers to no data being used, not no devices being connected. So if you're, as an example, using your hotspot on another device, maybe like your laptop, and you just opened up a big web page with a lot of text and you're just reading through it, right? By the time you're done reading through it, this device might have decided that you weren't using it. There was no data being used because you already preloaded this website and it just took you long enough to read through it. So it turned it off in the meantime. So if you find yourself in a situation where your device constantly keeps turning off your hotspot because it thinks you're not using it, that's because you might be spending too much time on a single page without no data being used. So it just thinks that you're done. You can turn that off in this case, and you will at that point need to remember yourself to always turn off your hotspot when you're done using it. Anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through recovery mode. So, before I get started, I am going to quickly mention that you can do this kind of reset in order to get rid of a screen lock if you have one set that you just don't know. And I don't have any kind of screen lock set up right here, but this doesn't really matter. The process is basically the same. I also want to warn you that if you have a Google account signed in on your device, like I do right here, well, maybe not right here. Let's see where accounts. Should be this one. I mean, this is a Google account signed in, I'm pretty sure. So in any case, there is a Google account in here. And when doing this kind of reset to remove a screen lock, you will be later on forced to verify either the screen lock or the Google account that was signed in on this device prior to the reset. This is a kind of like a safety measure, verification measure. For instance, you were to lose your device, someone found it and wanted to keep it, they would be blocked by this. And before, I would have been recording a video on how we can bypass this, but since Android, what is it, 15, I believe, this is basically, well, not possible in like the just home environment. So you need basically specialized tools for this, unlike before where you could have just used your computer or not even a computer and do it all through the phone, bypass it, completely remove it. Now it doesn't really work like that anymore. Anyway, let's just get started. So we're going to hold power button and volume up at the same time. This brings up our boot options, and from here you want to select power off. Now if for you it asks you to confirm your screen lock to turn off your device, you can actually just hold power button volume down for the entirety till you have the page that I'm about to show you pop up for you. Now for the people that, or if you can turn it off, you can then hold power button and volume down. So the device will start to boot up and enter this mode right away. Now, like I said, if you're holding power button volume down to forcibly turn off your device, you just want to continue holding it. You also have this page visible. In here, using volume buttons, we're going to have a recovery mode show up right here. So press it a couple times till you see it, and press power button to confirm it. Next, you will see Android with no command, and this thing. So to get past this, hold power button and then press volume up while holding it. This redirects us to the recovery mode here, and again using volume buttons, we want to scroll down and select Wipe Data Factory Reset, confirm it using your power button, then select Factory Data Reset. Give it a second. At the bottom you'll see Data Wipe Complete, at which point Reboot System Now will be selected by default, so we're just going to press power button once more. This will initiate the reboot, continue resetting the device in the background, and once it's finished doing so, we will be presented with Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And as you can see, reset is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to turn off advertisements and their personalization. Alright, so we will start with the personalization. Let's go to the settings, first of all. Then at the top we've got this option, Google Services and Preferences. So simply tap on your account if you've got one added, or if not, just here you will have Google Services and Preferences. Here let's tap on All Services, and here go to Ads. And basically there is a thing called advertising ID, and basically it means that your device is saving your preferences. If it comes to the advertisements, it detects what you're browsing for, and then it shows you relevant advertisements. So what I highly recommend to do is to first of all reset advertising ID, tap on confirm, and then delete advertising ID. Even though it will not limit the amount of advertisements, it will limit the personalization of it, which is a really nice option. Another thing which I highly recommend to do is to replace the apps which are showing you the advertisements with different options. So for example, if you're using the file manager which is showing you the advertisements, I highly recommend to simply go to the Play Store. Of course, be aware because you will have to be logged in and etc. You can check how to do it in our tutorial of how to add or remove a Google account in this specific device. But after entering the Play Store, I highly recommend to simply search for the app which you need. So for example, let's pretend I'm getting a lot of advertisements in the File Manager. All I have to do is to enter File Manager and try to browse for any third-party option which will not show the advertisements. I'm sure that you will be able to find a good option. Another thing which I highly recommend to search for is Adblock. So let's enter Adblocker, something like that. Tap on it, and you will be able to find different options, like for example the Adblock for the browser, the Adblock for apps, the Adblock for as you can see Samsung Internet, unlimited VPN. Here we've got completely different ad blocks, which will block the advertisements in different sections. So I highly recommend to check those options and download the ad blocker, because it will for sure help you with limiting the amount of advertisements which you can see. Moreover, you can try to limit the notifications from apps which are showing you the advertisements. So let's pretend that I'm getting a lot of advertisements from the Play Store. So let's tap on it and hold it, and then go to App Info. Here we have to go to Notifications, and here we've got something which is called categories. Here we've got some kind of essentials. Under it we've got maintenance, for example, updates, payment deals, and recommendations. So I highly recommend what I highly recommend to do is to find the categories which might be relevant, which might be connected with the advertisements, and simply turn them off. So simply tap on the switcher next to the specific category. And the last thing which I highly recommend to do is to set the private DNS. So just go to the settings. Here we have to go to network and internet. And here we've got the option private DNS, so let's tap on it. Set private DNS provider hostname and enter the hostname here, and it is dns.adguard.com, and tap on save. And thanks to it, our device will actually limit the advertisements. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I'll show you how you can record screen on this device. So to get started, we're gonna swipe down from the top of our screen twice, and this will bring down our toggles, and somewhere in here you'll find the screen recording toggle. Now for me, this toggle is right over here, so once you see it, you can just simply tap on it, and it gives you this pop-up, record your screen. Now we can tap on the drop-down menu and choose to record, for instance, entire screen or a single application. I'm going to select entire. This also gives us additional options like record audio, either device, microphone, both, or obviously if it's toggled off, it's not going to record anything. And then we also have show touches on the screen, which record a semi-transparent gray dot wherever your finger was pressing the display. Now let's click on start recording. This begins a 3-second countdown, and then with a notification starts recording. So we can now open up any kind of application and try to record it. I do mean try, as there are some applications that won't let you record them. I don't think we have anything like that right here by default, so I won't be able to showcase this. But let's see, maybe I found something here. I have no clue what that is actually. Anyway, once we're done recording, you can just tap on this timer, or you can swipe down from the top of your screen and click on the stop. And again, one more notification to let us know that it stopped. So we can find our screen recording by going into the photos, and in photos, just go back. You, I believe, should see the screen recording somewhere here, but if you don't, we can go to collections and see. I can already tell that someone changed the DEM settings and haven't undone them, so my screen recording will be on this device and in movies right here. There it is. This is not the default location for it, I want to add. But here you can see it's playing back the screen recording. Now, the reason I said you can try to record is because there are some applications, as an example, Netflix or Spotify, that just blatantly disregard your personal property and decide to block you on your device from being able to record them. Because I guess this device, in their eyes, isn't belonging to you, it's belonging to them, because you dare to buy a device that comes with this dog shit pre-installed. Anyway, so in cases like that, what you will end up is when you open up such an application, you're gonna think you're recording it, but then you go back to play it back, and all you have is a black screen. Now, there are ways to circumvent this, for instance, by just downloading a cracked version of whatever this application is, and there are alternative versions of these applications that offer their services, but for free, and the application that people provide you as a cracked one is well, one that doesn't have these bullshit restrictions. And additionally, you might as well start looking into that right now before Google decides to remove that privilege from you forcibly next year, which is right around the corner. So Google is planning to basically block APK or unsigned APKs from being installed, and they're claiming it's for your safety because there's so much malware. That's why instead of giving you an antivirus like we should, we decided to remove your rights to do whatever you want on your computer, meaning your phone. It is a computer after all. And now we can only get applications from verified sources. Those verified sources need to pay us. So somehow we just win, because we now require everyone to download applications from us, and also everyone that makes those applications need to pay us money. We stopped piracy, not prevented malware, because malware still exists on Play Store, by the way. I just don't think it doesn't. So this example is a load of bullshit from Google, and you shouldn't really buy it. So yeah, I recommend also blocking any kind of updates in the future from OTA, so you don't get this shit installed on your phone without your permission, because it will be installed without your permission. Anyway, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and today I will show you how you can import contacts from your SIM card to the device. So, to get started, we will open up our standalone contacts application that looks like this right over here. We don't need to allow notifications, that's completely redundant. These are just contacts. Anyway, in here, you want to navigate to Organize, and then swipe down and look for Manage SIM. When you click on it, give it a moment. This might be a flagship device, but it sure as hell doesn't act like one. There we go, it finally loaded the contacts. So once it loads the contacts, on my end, they're all deselected. Let me actually gonna quickly change the settings. Display and dark theme. So you can see this a little bit better now. So here we have all the checkboxes, and I can't select them because these contacts already exist in the contacts list. Now this is a drop-down menu, and I do have a Google account signed in. The reason I'm pointing that out is because if you don't have a Google account signed in, you actually will not see this save to location, as the device will import this to the only other option, which is the phone itself. That is actually also the option that I recommend choosing, because let's be honest, a lot of the people nowadays are a little bit more privacy concerned, and you're basically uploading their own contacts without their permission for Google to see, assign, and possibly sell. So this seems like a very cunty thing to do from Google, because basically they want you to upload it by default. I mean, that's what they're trying to do to them, so they have control over this and they can do whatever the shit they want with it. I personally dislike that, because go piss off from everyone's data. You can effing buy it like everyone else does from you. So yeah, so I'm gonna select the device, and that's what I recommend choosing yourself. Both of them give you about the same kind of control over the contact with the same options. The only difference is whatever contacts you import here won't show up on other devices that have this Google account signed in, unlike if you import them to the actual account. So that's one thing. Another thing that Google does if I select account is they usually try to delete these contacts from your SIM card, because God effing forbid you could keep your own data if they want you to keep it on their servers and rely on them, giving them even more control. How about no? So anytime it shows up with asking you, oh, delete the contacts from your SIM card, yeah, go piss off and select no. No, like it's doing right now. No, you do not get to delete these contacts. We're gonna keep them. Now, the reason we're gonna keep them is because, let me show you why. we go to our contacts list, guess what doesn't show here? Our SIM card contacts, which means they never get in our way. You know what also we can find in here? We can find categories. We can choose to show contacts from all contacts, Google account contacts, or the device. And again, guess what doesn't show up here? The freaking SIM card, which again means these contacts never get in our way. And guess what you have access to if this phone breaks? That would be correct. Your SIM card, which you can pop into another device and import it again. Which, why in a reasonable mind would you ever want to delete data that is yours and is being stored locally on your own SIM that you have access to? You shouldn't. That's basically the gist of it. The only reason why Google wants you to do it, because it then makes you rely on them. Another thing is, when you import your contacts to the device, you better believe it, Google sure as shit won't like that, and they will be pestering you about importing the data to the cloud. So we can again hoover the shit out of it and sell it. Obviously select no. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to check the total screen time on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings. Let me go back quickly. And here all we have to do is to scroll down to find digital well-being and parental controls. Let's tap. And as you can see here, we've got the graph which will show us for how long we've been using this device today. As you can see, in my case, it is 2 hours and 9 minutes, and most of the time I've spent on the camera, then settings, files, etc. We've got also unlocks and notifications count. So in order to check some further details, you can either tap inside the graph or on the specific app. After tapping on inside the graph, you will be transferred to this dashboard where you can check the screen time in particular days of the week. You can compare them, you can of course tap on them, and under it you've got the list of apps which you've been using and the time you've spent on them. You can also change the screen time to notifications received and times opened. Moreover, you can tap on the specific app right here, so for example the camera, or right here. Choose it from the list, so for example this one, and after tapping you will be again transferred to the dashboard, but this time it is tightly connected with only this one app. What I wanted to also show you is how to limit the time you're spending on the screen. Under it, after scrolling down, you've got the ways to disconnect, and I will not explain all of them. I will focus on app limits and focus mode. So let's start with app limits. So let's pretend that I'm spending too much time on the camera. So what I have to do is to find it in this list, which is right here, and then tap on this hourglass icon. And that was a misclick, sorry. I did not want it to go back. The camera and tap on the hourglass icon. And now I can set the app limit. So, for example, I will set it for 1 hour and 30 minutes. After confirming it, it means that our device will activate the timer and I will be able to use the camera for only 1 hour and 30 minutes during a day. After the midnight, actually, the device will reset the limit, and tomorrow again I will be able to use it for 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is quite nice. But if you wish to completely block the app, you can set it for 0 hours and 0 minutes, something like that. Confirm it by tapping on OK. As you can see, the camera is grayed out, and the same here. It doesn't look like before. And after trying to open it, our device will show us this pop-out window, and we've got the information that the camera timer ran out and it will start again tomorrow, but obviously we know that it won't start because we've set it for 0 hours and 0 minutes. So I think obviously it is not the most efficient way to stop someone from using the app, but still it is one of the ways which might help to limit the usage, because obviously after tapping on settings you can remove the timer here, just tap on the trash bin icon, but if not, but I mean, this is quite a nice idea to at least try to use it to limit the time. Okay, let me remove it. Let me remove it quickly. And the other, oh my god, can I come back here? And the other thing which I wanted to show you is the focus mode. So I'm so sorry for all of those misclicks here. Let's tap on focus mode. And here we've got the list of apps again. And all we have to do is to basically select those apps which are distracting for us. So let's pretend that for me it's camera, Google, and calendar or calculator. Here we've got our distracting apps. Obviously you can use, for example, the social media apps or something like that. Here we can tap on set a schedule and we can choose specific days of the week and specific time in which we would like to set the focus mode. So let me choose something like that and tap on set. And basically during the schedule, your device will hide the notifications from those distracting apps. So obviously it will work the best with the social media or games or whatever. And thanks to it, you will be able to focus on, for example, work or resting or spending time with your family or doing your homework or whatever you would like to spend this time on. So this is the second way to actually limit the time you're spending on the screen. At least you won't be distracted. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, and let me share with you how to change the wallpaper on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and find the option Wallpaper and Style. So here we've got the preview of our lock screen. So let's simply tap on more wallpapers. As you can see here, we've got the preview of the pre-installed ones, but let's be honest, those are not enough. Let's find more options. So let's tap on more wallpapers, and here we've got some albums from which we can choose the wallpaper from. So starting on the top, we can create our wallpaper. We can use AI for that or emojis. Let me quickly go through those options. After tapping on AI wallpaper, we will be able to choose a theme to get started. So for example, the bloom, translucent, or whatever. Just tap on the specific option and then tap on Inspire Me. Be aware, because you will need the Google account to be able to actually use this option, but I highly recommend to simply create one or add it to your device. We've got a separate tutorial of how to add or remove a Google account in this specific device, so I highly recommend to check it, because you will be able to create beautiful options. You've got also emojis. So here in this panel you can simply choose specific emojis which you wish to show on the wallpaper. So let me pick maybe plants, maybe something like that. It could be like that. Okay, now we can go back. So here we will choose the emojis. Of course, you can tap on Inspire Me and then your device will show you different options. Here we've got the patterns. So we can decide how we wish to show the emojis. So you've got the mosaic, lotus, tag, sprinkle, which is quite nice because it's I would say aesthetic, or prism. Here, by using this switcher, you can make it a little bit smaller and bigger, so you can also customize it like that. And here we've got the colors. So you've got the presets which you can use, so you can change the background color and the color of the specific emoji. Let me go back, and here we've got different albums. So here we've got our photos, because obviously you can set your own photo as a wallpaper or those which are pre-installed on this device. They are provided by the developer, and I'm not sure, but probably you need the internet connection to be able to choose something from those options. As you can see, we've got plenty of beautiful wallpapers. Here we've got the arts and culture, something called motif, curated culture, etc. Beautiful colorful options. However, I think I'll pick something from the AI. I specifically like this bike, so let me go there. Let me tap on this option, and even though I do not have my Google account added right now, I can still use this specific wallpaper. So let's simply tap on the stick icon in the right upper corner. And now, as you can see, it will appear on the lock screen and the home screen. And now we can customize it. So let me choose the home screen, just tap on it. And now after tapping, we can obviously check the preview of the home screen, and we can change the position of the photo according to our preferences. So maybe something like that. Or maybe like that, maybe like that. Just tap on the stick icon if you're happy with the results, and the same with the lock screen. Just tap on it and you can change the position. I'll pick this one. Alright, so if you're happy with the results, just tap on Set Wallpaper in the right upper corner, and now you can decide where you want to set it. And unfortunately, as you can see, we have to set the same section in both. But that's okay. Simply tap on Set Wallpaper in the right upper corner, and now you can decide where you want to set it. So as a lock screen, home screen, or both, or only one. I will pick both. So just make sure to mark the option which you'd like to use and tap on Set. Now we can go back, and as you can see, the wallpaper has been played successfully. Also, I wanted to show you the option which is not directly connected with the wallpaper, but here we've got something called the system colors. Let's tap on this 3 dots icon, and basically here we've got the thing called wallpaper colors, which means that your device will actually take the colors which appear in this wallpaper, and it will apply it to the system. And you can of course pick other colors, so those which are more or less system. Obviously the wallpaper colors will change according to the wallpaper you will apply. Alright, so and that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.